everyone, I am here with my labor and delivery story. I gave birth 6 weeks ago, and I really want to film this video because when I was pregnant with my baby girl Emma, I was constantly searching for labor and delivery stories on YouTube because it's my way of kind of preparing myself. And now I have given birth, so I want to share my experience with you guys as well. This video might be a bit long, so get yourself a cup of coffee or a cup of tea. First, I want to give a general overview of my pregnancy because I haven't done any pregnancy updates. My pregnancy overall, it was very easy in terms of there weren't any medical problems or emergencies. I never had any spotting problems. I ate tons of sweet stuff during my pregnancy, which was really bad, but I was never diagnosed with diabetes. I mean, everything was normal, but my first trimester was a little bit difficult because I was nauseous all the time, but I never had any morning sickness. I never threw up or anything like that. I was just nauseous all the time. And also, I got pregnant when I moved back to China, so I was a little bit homesick. I haven't lived in China for almost 12 years. I wasn't really used to the environment and I didn't really have any friends. So for the first trimester, I was a little bit depressed. I was in bed all day. I didn't want to talk to anyone. I just wanted to be alone. And for my second trimester, I got better. I wasn't feeling nauseous or anything like that. It was all good. So I did a little bit traveling. I went to Tokyo, I went to Korea, and I went to Hong Kong twice. And I was traveling within China as well. So second trimester was really fun. During early third trimester, I moved back to Canada, and I got my appetite back. Anyways, so I mean, because my pregnancy was really easy, I always thought something is gonna happen. I'm gonna have a grand finale kind of thing, in a bad way. Everyone was telling me I was being paranoid, but I don't know, I just had that gut feeling, if you know what I mean. During my 35 week, I had the swab test. I don't remember what the bacteria was called. It was a routine test. I was diagnosed with that bacteria. And then I think 20% of the women have that kind of bacteria. It's not harmful, but it's not good for the baby. So if I break my water, I don't need to wait till a certain amount of time to go to hospital. I can just go into the hospital right away. In a way, it's kind of good for me because I don't need to wait till I was 3 centimeters dilated. I can just go to the hospital right away. My due date was June the 7th, but on May the 29th, I broke my water early in the morning. It was 7 o'clock, and me and my husband, we rushed to the hospital. I was in the triage area for, I think, 6 hours because the hospital was understaffed. There weren't any nurse available. I had to stay in the waiting area for 6 hours, which was fine, honestly. I slept the whole way through. I gave birth in Sunnybrook Hospital. If you live in Toronto, Sunnybrook Hospital, it's a fantastic hospital. The nurse was super friendly. They kept coming in and apologizing, saying, "Oh my god, I'm so sorry. How's the pain? Can you handle it?" And I was fine. I didn't really feel any contractions or anything. Like I said, I slept the whole way through. And when I just got into the hospital, they need to do an internal check, see how much dilated I was. Like that was most painful part because I hate internal checks. I was crying because I didn't really want to do any internal check, but the doctors and the nurses were really nice. They told me, you know what, we have to do this. There's no other way around it. Yeah, and they took their time. The doctor did really slow, like it wasn't like super painful. So I got admitted to the birthing suite around maybe 5 or 6, and then I got epidural right away because a friend told me, if you want epidural, get it right away. Don't wait till like 5 centimeter dilated, 6 centimeter dilated. If you know you wanted it, get it right away. I mean, when I was in prenatal class, the teacher told us that the latest research has shown that if you get epidural really early on, it doesn't mean that the birth progress is gonna get prolonged. So I got it right away. And honestly, I didn't really feel any contraction pain or anything. The epidural was fine. Like, yeah, it's like a bee sting pain, but it lasts like 3 seconds or something like that. And everyone was just super nice. And you know, when I was in the hospital, I was like, holy, this is so easy. I can totally handle it. But still, I was telling the nurse, I told them, oh my God, I am gonna have a finale, like some sort of finale. And the nurse was telling me, oh, don't say something like that. No, like your baby is gonna be healthy. The heartbeat is good. Everything's good. My dilation wasn't really progressing. So they add oxytocin to push the labor process. With epidural, I just felt really cold around my legs, but the nurses were really nice. They kept like checking me, whatever. And around the 5 a.m. ish, so it's like next morning, I just feel like I wanted to poop. It wasn't like, oh my God, I cannot hold it anymore, but I just felt like, oh, I might need to poop. So the nurse checked again. They told me I was ready to push. Oh my God, guys. No, I pushed for like an hour and a half. The baby wasn't even crowning. So the doctor consulted with other doctors, and then they told me that they need to perform intervention on me. In prenatal class, I learned that mostly the doctor just used vacuum, forceps. It's only used like less than 4%. When the doctor came back to the room, they told me they're gonna perform forceps on me, and then they're gonna get C-section ready at the same time. I was panicking, guys. Like, I was crying because I really didn't want the doctor to use forceps on my baby. It's dangerous. And I asked the doctor if they could use vacuum, and the doctor said no, because the position or whatever, they could only use forceps. Oh my God, I was crying. The doctor told me if the forceps doesn't work, we need to do C-section right away, because it's been almost 24 hours since I broke my water, and the baby's head apparently is swollen now. I was crying like no tomorrow, and I was so scared, guys. And but you know, at the same time, hey, that's my grand finale. And you know, it's just like in the movies. They pushed me to, I was in the bed, they pushed me to the operation room. The operation room is white, you know, everything just looks so cold. And I see people just like passing by. A lot of people, they were getting ready for the C-section. A lot of people were adding doses to my epidural. And you know, and then there's this like blue cover, so I couldn't really see anything, and I didn't really want to see anything. I didn't want to scare myself. So what happened was, And then I look over to my husband. I was holding my husband's hand, right? And then I see he suddenly had this really shocked expression. I was like, holy crap, that's the forceps. After I asked my husband how big the forceps is, he said it was like this big. But I couldn't really feel anything. I can feel the pressure that they put, or like something in me, but it doesn't hurt or anything, right? And then they told me to push and then stop, push and stop. So within like a minute or two, baby Emma was born. And the really sad part was they didn't really put her on my chest. We didn't really do skin to skin right away. She was taken by the nurse to the other station. I think it was getting cleaned, and it seemed like to measure her, to check everything's ready. I told my husband, go check on Emma. I heard her cry, and I'm like, oh good. At least like she cries, which for me it's an indication of she's healthy. My husband came back to me and said, oh, you know, like she's good. So, and then the doctor was stitching me up, and then it took at least like 5 or 10 minutes. When they were stitching me, I feel like it was forever. I was so scared to ask how bad the tear was. I got 2nd-degree tear. I don't really want to get into postpartum part, but the postpartum recovery was hard. Like, but the doctor told me that with forceps operations, usually it's 3rd or 4th tear. For me, I was kind of lucky. I only got 2nd-degree tear, so I don't know. And yeah, baby Emma, when she was born, like I think it's the forceps thing, she had like a scar on her face, but it was gone within like 2 weeks, which is fine. For me, this whole experience, you know, I prepared myself for like vacuum, for induction, for C-section even. Like, it's gonna be something that's you least expected. So I don't want to scare you guys. At the same time, I want to reassure you guys, most labor and delivery are like natural, like healthy. I have tons of friends who give birth very natural, so don't be scared. But this is my labor and delivery story. Baby Emma is such an eater. She is gaining weight like a champ. If you guys want to hear my postpartum story, leave comment down below and I'm sure I'll do one. And I'm thinking to have a playlist of like mommy baby related playlist, because it is my life now. It's not just about handbags, makeups. Baby Emma, it's a big part of my life right now. Yeah, let me know if you guys are interested, and don't forget to subscribe and follow me on Instagram. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.